Hello, everyone. This is AngrehToast, and we are continuing our playthrough of Darksiders. So the last time we just got the heart of Tiamat. We're heading back to Samael to give it to him. You can see here that Volgrim has given us access to his, I forget what they're called, forget what he called them, snake holes? Snake tunnels or something like that. So this is how he gets around. Another world between worlds, it seems. Whether this is on the same plane as the Shadow Realm, or just in a different place, or different plane entirely, we don't really know. But it links places together in the human world, I guess you could say. One thing we are discovering is that this is much bigger scale than us humans would realize. There's a lot more worlds between worlds, and there's heaven and hell and everything. So I wanted to bring up a couple things that came up last time that I didn't really have time to talk about. One being a rather interesting scene between War and Volgrim, where Volgrim gives him access to the snake holes in exchange for just a glimpse at the Bat Queen's heart, which I have no idea why he wouldn't want it. It looked like he was very tempted to take it, for War snatched it away. So maybe it's just he's never seen an object of that sort of power. Obviously, it contains that kind of power if Samael wants it. So yeah, I'm trying to think what else happened. I forget a lot. It's been a little bit. He mentioned that Samael would be pleased, so it appears that he is in leagues with Samael of some sort, and here we are at Samael, actually.
I trust that she suffered.
Not nearly enough.
Beautiful. The second guardian, the Griever, moves in tunnels beneath this place. But first there is an obstacle that must be removed. Ulthane, one of the old ones.
You didn't mention that before.
Changing the deal already, Samael.
Be silent, filth. My business is with the horseman. Ulthane is no ally of the Destroyer. But you won't find the Griever without confronting the Black Hammer. And that will require strength you don't possess. Yet.
What the hell do you think you're doing, Samael?
Tell him, Watcher, how you stifle the Horseman's true power in order to keep him on the Council's leash. War. Destroy this parasite.
You so much as blink at me, and the Council will end you, both of you. I'm protected.
Not in here. You are War, rider of the Red Horse. Not some puppet on this pathetic creature's strings.
War, I will make you suffer.
Focus your anger. A great rage stirs within you, clawing to get out. You must release it, or a puppet you remain. You are reborn. Horseman is broken, but there is still much power in him. For a moment I saw one who would stand alone against the Destroyer's army.
Rather interesting exchange. And down goes Samael. So we heard a couple different new names in that. There's the Griever, which is the next Guardian who we're trying to get to, and Ulthane, who is an old one. We haven't really figured out who the old ones are. What first comes to mind are those big stone guys. They seem like they would be old ones, but we know War isn't very pleased about having to fight an old one. Probably because they seem to be neutral, just from what was discussed there. And we also heard about the Black Hammer, which I believe is just another name for Ulthane. I believe that's, if I understand that correctly. And so the entire reason he was talking about, we don't have the power to fight Ulthane yet, and that's why he did the whole thing with the Watcher to get War his power to transform into his Chaos form all over again. It looked like War was going to end the Watcher there for a bit, but he must have held back, or it didn't seem like he did exactly what Samael wanted, which is probably a good thing. It's just amusing that the Watcher seems far less powerful than we originally thought. At first it seemed like he had all of this power over War, and yet now we find out that maybe War could really end him. At least with Samael's help. Could really end his existence. Not without recourse from the Council, of course, but what they would do is still up in the air. Maybe they tethered someone else who was far worse than the Watcher to him, or punish War in some other way. But you can see the sort of demon in Samael coming out while he's trying to tempt War to do, you know, what doesn't seem like a very good guy thing to do. Then again, War isn't really the good. There aren't really any good guys in this game. Even the angels are portrayed as not being perfect, which is a lot more realistic than most games. Usually, there's a good side and a bad side, and this game, it's just sort of there's a bunch of different sides, and they all hate each other. So let's just kill everyone. You know what? That works for me. So, this city has a pretty colossal waste disposal system, it looks like. This is a big ventilation shaft that we're in right now. A lot bigger than I would ever imagine a normal city having, but this may not be a normal city. So now I've got that little wrath thing in the corner up by my health that fills up when you fight, and when it's full, like it will be here in a second, you can use your Chaos form for a little bit, which makes you tons stronger. So, the Griever. So, I've at least heard Tiamat's name before. Never heard of her as a Bat Queen. I know absolutely nothing about the Griever. So I guess we'll find out. Oh, and my camera's locked, so I'll be back in just a second. There we go. Okay, camera is better. Yeah, my camera got stuck viewing in that one direction, and that's why I had to just quickly fix it. So here's a much more beautiful place. This looks like this place has had a bit of a chance to recover after the demon's assault. There's actually greenery around, which has been unheard of and unseen in the previous areas that we were in. Don't really know if this is still part of the big city or not. We will find out. Very curious to see. I think I'm more curious to see who Ulthane is. Because the Griever, I mean, we know we gotta kill him. He's obviously like the Bat Queen. Still not sure if we need his still beating heart. I would guess we probably do. That's probably just a Guardian thing, is their hearts are their power sources, or... Oh, excuse me. There's something following me in the water. That's not very nice. So, but yeah, I would guess same kind of deal. Rip out the heart and bring it to me. The Watcher hasn't really had much to say to us after we almost destroyed him. At least I'm assuming that's what happened. It was hard to say what happened. You couldn't really see if war hit him. It kind of looked like it did. We got another... Don't know whether he's an old one or not. We don't really know who the old ones are. But we'll wake him up here and see what he says.
Forgive me, friend. I would grant you passage were it within my power. Do for me what you have done for my brethren, and I will hinder you no more.
There must be another way.
The curse must be broken. Then you may pass.
He's granting us sight into the Shadow Realm once more.
Find where these shadow lurkers hide and kill them all. It can't be that hard to find.
I can't get over how much the Watcher sounds like the Joker. Because he really does. There's some differences, but if you are aware, he sounds a lot like him. So we'll just get over here to the first spot and then take a break and pick up next time, because these challenges tend to be a little time consuming and I've already run up the time pretty good, so... Alright, well, if I can get up the stairs, we will stop here and we'll continue next time and fight some more things. See you then.